She here too?
Nah, she's book. Paper route. I am the athlete. We here with my big dog.
Yes, sir.
We got Big Drum in the building. The drum.
Yes, sir. Andre Drummond in the building.
The Drummond dilemma. Hey, we
Yes,
talking
sir.
about New York, Connecticut. Y'all turned down the music. We was vibing.
Yeah, we turned up in here. What we doing?
Yeah, copyrights. They say copyrights. Listen,
I get into it.
this is a big moment, Corey.
Absolutely.
Right? Because like when we sat here and we talked about what we wanted to create, we wanted to create a space where athletes come and feel comfortable, you know, just breaking bread
It's the vision.
and telling stories. You know, guys come in and train all the time. And so in the back, we got Paper Route, and we wanted to create a space where dudes come in, train, get everything they need from a medical standpoint, and then come in the back and sit with us.
Yeah, get the whole package, ain't it?
Right.
Hey, it's a good day,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir.
Spent all day in here. I was just telling my boy, I'm like, damn, I could literally live in this building.
Right? You got
Right.
everything you
Can
need.
do everything in here.
Andre Drummond, everybody! Hey! So, bro, you know, usually we start with giving flowers, but I'm not going to do that. I got a bone to pick with you.
Damn, a bone.
Yeah.
Why you got a bone to pick with me?
And you know what's crazy? I'm so disrespectful. I'm so disrespectful because you literally just got off a plane and came straight here.
Yeah, why not?
I know. So, like, for me to start the show this way is kind of messy and disrespectful. But you've been around the corner for how long?
It's my 12th season coming up.
No, around the corner.
Oh, from this building?
Yes.
3 years.
You see where I'm going with it?
Well, actually, I lied. I've been in Miami for 8, but lived in this area for about 3 years.
So you
We
see,
can't put that on me.
But do you see where I'm going with it? Bro, like, how it take so long for you to come in the house of
You
athlete?
should thank this man right here. He's the one that told me about it. My boy Youngin told me about the spot.
Shout out Youngin. What's your
Come
name?
on. Like,
I'm trying to revamp my whole workout regimen. What I'm doing, I'm like, yo, I need to find a home where I can like do everything in one place. Where I don't got to go
One-stop
down to
shop.
Miami Beach. I go to North Miami. I got to go to Boca to do all these different things.
Right.
And this is in my backyard this whole time. So
down the street.
I mean, better late than never, right? I'm here.
You're right.
all right, what took so long? What took so long?
I think just having my own regimen of what I like to do and just like enjoying the people I was working with, but it was kind of working harder and not smarter.
Right.
So, I mean, obviously being in this facility now and seeing what you guys have here, I mean, I should have been here 8 years ago when I was still working out at Miami Beach. Like, I should have been here, but it's an honor to be here now. I'm excited to be here, excited to get some work done and still do stuff like this, too. I don't even have to work out. I can come here and chat with y'all, man. So
saying, man.
there's not many places, I don't think there's anywhere that does anything like this. So you have a gold mine here.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm happy to be here.
I appreciate it. I know, Corey, you want to jump in and, you know.
Is the
talk-
beef dead, though? That's the real question. I don't,
beef is dead because
I
you
don't want
got
no static, bro.
Yeah.
We need to everybody know, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You too big to be beefing with.
Oh, man.
There ain't too many dudes walking the planet that's bigger than me.
Yeah.
But pause. Is that a pause?
Hey, listen, man. I'm from the East. So I don't know.
You got a pause counter?
But I heard you took yoga a couple days ago or last week. You
I
enjoyed
did.
it?
I did. I loved it. I've been doing yoga for years, but hot yoga, it was my first time doing it, and I struggled.
You struggled.
I struggled, man. I was melting in there, man. I couldn't do it. Like, it's one thing, you're already doing a lot of tedious movements with your body, but to add like 90 degrees to 100 degrees on top of that, that's a lot, man. But I love it. I'm back. I'm here doing it again today. What you mean?
Nah.
Well,
I ain't
Corey,
running from no smoke.
Corey, the beef is dead.
Beef is dead. We good. We good. in
I'm
my
happy.
son.
I'm happy. I don't want no static, man.
Hey, Wilson, of course, you know, we had to do our research on you. I did my research on you. And what I have found was that you were the first college or high school athlete to ever commit on Twitter.
On
Was that
Twitter,
true?
yeah, bro.
I was watching an interview that you did. Was that true? How'd
Yeah,
that work?
I think I am, and I don't think anybody's ever corrected me. Yes, I might be right.
How did it work? Did you said the coaches had reached out to you and was like, "Yo, is this true, Andre? Like, you
Yeah,
actually coming to UConn?"
so the day I decided to commit to going to the University of Connecticut, I tried to call whoever I knew up there, but nobody was answering. And mind you, they just won a national championship that year too,
Right.
so they're still on their championship high right now. It's the middle of August.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get a hold of people. Nobody's answering. So I'm like, yo, how can I get someone's attention without causing too much problems? And I did the exact opposite of causing problems. 'Cause I tweeted it to the entire world, so everybody knew what I was trying to do. And I got a phone call shortly after from Jim Calhoun, and worked things out in a sense because I went, but I didn't have a scholarship. I had to pay for school. So.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
And sorry, Corey, you did the homework and you did your research on this particular topic. I didn't, but I want you to go elaborate on that.
On that part.
Because I saw a post, I think it was a couple weeks ago, like resurfaced and went viral What was it? What was it? Because like you said, why that was important or why that made sense for you to pay for school.
Yeah, so for me it made sense because they were going to give me someone else's scholarship. They're going to take someone else's scholarship and make them go on financial aid, and that's not what I'm about. I'm not here to take anybody's food off their plate. And I felt like where I was at in my life, like I knew I wasn't going to be in college for 4 years. Like I knew I was going to do either 1 or 2 years. So I was like, why not bet on myself? I'm just going to pay for school. I know I'm going to the NBA at some point in time. And, I told my mom, just hold on, man. I'll be able to pay this off at some point in time. Just take this loan out. Let's just go to school and, see what happens. But, I never wanted to take someone else's scholarship, man. It wasn't in my DNA to do that. Like, it didn't feel right.
Right.
Like, it wasn't just right with me. My intuition was like, yo, bro, just take this route, take it the hard way. And
do you know the guy's scholarship that you were going to take?
DeAndre Daniels.
Oh. Wow. Does he know
and he's
that?
actually he actually became one of my best friends when I got to campus. And still to this day, I'm still cool with him.
See, that's good karma. That's good karma because you did one and done.
I did. Yeah, I got out of there.
Yeah, you did one and done. And I was saying, like, you're obviously a name that comes up when you think about, UConn basketball players.
Right.
But we got to ask you, who are your top 5 UConn basketball players?
What? Yeah, because there's a bunch of names, right?
Huge, a whole bunch of names. You got Ray Allen.
You got Ray.
Shabazz Napier, of course, was a good Hucky. He won a natty. You got Kemba Walker.
Right.
So who you got as your top 5?
I think for me it's so hard because the legacy of UConn basketball is so
Long
steep.
lineage.
Like it's hard to just pick 5 guys because you got to give everybody their flowers. I mean, they've done incredible things. They've won championships, and with their respect to what they did in the league too. Well, my 5, based on what I know, I can't go back to the early '90s and stuff like that. I'm gonna go what I know.
Okay.
I gotta put Hasheem Thabeet up there. Kemba Walker.
Yeah, he got one.
Is this in order?
You got a ring.
No, not in order. Just
Can
naming
we
them.
get them in order?
All right, now you put my back against the wall. Yo, if y'all watching this, man, y'all better leave me be, man. This is what I think. So number 1, I would say is Kemba Walker.
Okay.
For sure, 'cause I think what he did was unheard of. Ray Allen is 2. 3, we'll say Rudy Gay. I'll give Rudy.
You put Big Rudy up there.
I love Rudy, man. That's my dog, man.
Yeah,
that's based off love and just respect of his game.
Okay.
Hasheem Thabeet is at 5, and 4 we'll put Big Mac. Okafor.
Oh yeah. Okafor.
Listen, so some of the names that bro passed up on are
Jeremy Lamb.
Rip
Allen.
Allen.
I said Ray. I said
Rip
Ray was
Hamilton
2.
was another one?
I said Ray was 2. I said Kemba Walker, Ray Allen.
Rip Hamilton wasn't in there.
I said Rip 3.
Oh, you
but
did? That was 3?
I changed Rip out for Rudy Gay.
Oh, okay.
Rip was going to be my 3rd. But
Okay.
I said it's hard, though. Look at the guys that I'm missing right now.
That's what I'm saying.
It's hard.
C. Butler.
Caron Butler.
It's a lot of guys, man.
You said you ain't say Ben Gordon.
Left him out, too.
Right.
Oh man.
Khalid.
Jeez. And you left yourself out.
I ain't going to put we already know what this is.
and then I mean you were only there for
I was only there for a
year.
couple months, man.
Right,
So
exactly.
I can't really throw
In and
myself
out.
in the top 5. But I'm definitely in the top at least 15.
Right.
Agreed.
Definitely.
Nah, you gotta be.
Listen, earlier when we were talking, you have a player option.
I do.
You have a player
I do.
option. So
Yeah.
this is year 12.
Yeah.
Going into year 12. What are you thinking? Chicago, a lot of people are high on the Bulls.
Right.
Think y'all have something that y'all can potentially get to the next level. What are you thinking as you approach year 12?
Yeah, year 12 is a very unique year for me because I have a player option, obviously, and everybody knows what that means. I can either stay or walk.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, I'm in a point where I enjoy where I'm at. I love playing in Chicago. The team is great. I think we just needed more time and build chemistry together. We had a lot of injuries. Lonzo being out. Zach still recovering from his knee injury. DeMar having his bumps and bruises throughout the year. There wasn't really any consistency with our unit because guys were in and out of lineups. So I think with a fresh year, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be able to figure it out because we showed spurts of being a really good team. So, yeah, just looking forward to a new year and a fresh start.
So you're saying we. So that means you're staying. You're not going to opt out.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
For sure.
Oh, you're staying.
Yeah, I mean, as of now, that's what my plan is.
That's
Unless
dope.
something comes up. But I think as of right now, where I'm at today and how I feel, I really love being in Chicago.
Yeah. Can you walk me through, like when you said like where I'm at in my career? And there's a lot to this. It may be a loaded question, but as you go into year 12, right? Like you spent forever in Detroit with the Pistons. Then you go to the Cavs for 2 years. You have a stop in LA. Definitely want to jump into that conversation.
Right.
Philly, Brooklyn and now with the Bulls, it's like we all know who you are and what type of game, and what type of game you have. Right? Like, where are you and how do you fit in this new NBA?
Yeah.
You understand why it's loaded? Because I know you can talk for 15 minutes about this.
I think personally to hit the nail on the head, I just think I'm in a period of time where I'm just being able to sit back and really just watch the game and really just enjoy basketball. I'm in a position where, I'm playing behind somebody, but I still in my mind feel and know that I am a starting center in this league. I've showed it. My progress hasn't changed. My minutes has, and my production is still very, very high. I think my per 36 is ridiculous. So I think it's just a matter of getting that chance to really showcase myself again, with the team and, really putting myself back out there again where it is shown that I can still play in this league with the new changes of the NBA. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's been a tough run so far. Like we were just talking about with the different teams I played with. Just trying to find that home and get a stick, get somewhere to stick. So that's where I'm at with the whole Chicago thing. Is just giving it a chance and really just trying to find a home.
Yeah. What is this? Can you describe what this new NBA is? I feel like you came in when there was another transition happening.
Yeah. I came in at a really, really good time. I came in when the NBA was like, it's not that the NBA is not good now, but like, motherfuckers play hard. Excuse my friends. Like when I came in, like there was no off games. Like it was a battle nightly.
Right.
Like it was hard fought games. And I think now with the whole load management thing, guys taking games off, everybody got, cuts in their arms and they sitting out for 3 weeks. I mean, I think the NBA has gotten to a place of just complacency, and guys have just found ways to, not play the game, man. Right. It's I don't really enjoy that aspect of the game. Guy that came in 2012, like I played for Stan Van Gundy. We had 3-hour practices, shoot-arounds, regular practice, night before games. Like, so to hear guys, saying, I'm tired, I need to take a game off, like, I ain't never heard of no shit like that before in the years that I've been in the league. So I've never really been a fan of sitting out of games. If I can't walk, then I won't play. But if I can do my job, I'm fucking playing. I don't care if I'm tired. Like, this is my livelihood. This is my life. Like, I do this shit because I love it. I don't do it as a hobby.
But so why? Explain it to us, right? Because, like, we played ball.
Right.
I played in the league. Corey was probably one of the most sought-after high school wide receivers in the history of, like, South Florida. Went to Notre Dame, played ball, whatever. So we're football dudes, right? And although we are athletes and we're in that fraternity, there's a big difference between hoopers and football players. Right. When you hear about like this load management stuff and even hear you talk about like I don't take no days off, et cetera, like what are basketball players thinking as they're talking about how to navigate through a season, 80-something games? Why would a guy say I'm gonna play or not play?
I don't know, man. I've never been the guy to even have that type of conversation. I've never just woke up and said, bro, I'm tired. I'm not playing today. So I can't relate to that. I can't even give you an in-depth look of what that's like because I've never had that mindset of like, yo, today I'm tired, bro. I ain't got it today. I'm not coming in and do anything. Like every morning I wake up, I'm grateful for every opportunity that I have. I'm grateful to play for whoever I'm playing for at the time. I'm grateful for every opportunity I have while I'm playing. I take every moment as it's my last. So I try to be there. My thing is being durable, being able to play. When my number's called, being able to be there.
But is that can we be looking at a real thing here where 80-something games is too long?
Maybe.
That's the question I had too.
Maybe. I mean, there's a few ways to look at that. Again, I have no sympathy for it. I played. I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, bro. Right. Like I'm gonna keep it 100. I have no sympathy. I really don't care. Like I've done it for 12 years, bro. Yeah. I played 82 straight games. Like I don't. That shit doesn't faze me. Like I can do it. It's my job. It's my livelihood, and I'm big too. Yeah. Like so, if anybody should be fucking complaining, it's me.
Right. Right.
Like damn, I'm tired, bro. I'm carrying those load. I'm banging and bumping with all these dudes on a nightly basis. Like I should be exhausted, bro. Right. No, I love this shit. Like I love this shit on a daily basis. I want to do it.
Can I ask a question?
Shoot it.
Was that a pause?
OD.
You hear what he said? He said, I'm banging and bumping these dudes on a nightly basis. If that wasn't a pause, I don't know what is. Can we clip that and please send that to Killer Cam? Have you been watching his shows?
Yo, his shit is hilarious, bro. Yeah, I need to get on his joint next. We need to bring him here.
Right.
We need to bring him here. Yo, Cam's show is funny, bro.
What you think about that? You think he has a chance to break through, or is it too raw? Pause.
I want to say this, but I gotta word it correctly. I think what he's doing is hilarious. I think it's informational. I think he's giving his raw personality of like what a New Yorker talks like. Mm-hmm. And I think it may be received to certain groups of people as inappropriate, but to the masses, people find it hilarious. It's great content. I think it's funny. So I think he has a real chance of doing something special. But I got to give you both sides of it because it can go either way.
Right.
But I love it. I love what he's doing. I think it's hilarious what he's doing. And I definitely, like I said, I want to get on that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, he'll have you. You know, he's right around the corner.
You stay here?
Yeah, Cam lived down here. He been here.
No way.
Yeah,
they take that show down here.
He's the homie.
Wow.
Yeah, he lived right around the corner. And I'll make sure y'all connect that, or he'll love to have you on the show.
Dope.
For sure. I love what he's doing. You know, as athletes, we're more institutionalized and we're more corporate. We're trained that way.
Right.
So, like, we understand, like, if we cross that line, they take our deals back.
Right. We know it comes with it.
Right. But the thing that we may do to get our deal taken as athletes, if an artist do it, it's amplified and they get a deal.
Right. It makes no sense, right?
It makes no sense at all.
No logical sense, but it is what it is. I mean, we all have the same thought process. Like we're all entertainers. We all have our own way of thinking. We all have our ways of doing certain things. But with us being athletes, there's certain things and things we can and cannot say, and certain things we can and cannot do.
That's right.
And I think it's based off our profession because we have so many little kids in the next generation who looks up to us. I think for artists, it's a little bit different because their demographic is so wide. Mm-hmm. And for us, it's more generational. It's more like the kids of like 5 to 18. Mm-hmm. And then obviously the older people who love the sports teams from their 30s and 40s, goes from there. But I think just because our demographic is so young, it makes it difficult to really speak our mind because we're feeding the younger generation things that are already being fed to them from different people. So it's our job to bring them up and not bring them down.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Maybe you can drop some gems here. A lot of athletes, they don't really think about life after sports and whatnot, right? We've been talking about podcasting, right. Media, clothing is a lot of things.
I need to hang with you, man, because
right.
I got a lot of ideas, but I need to come out.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, so that's going to be my question. Like,
hold on. That was a moment right there.
There we go.
I've been waiting. You've been around the corner for 3 years.
Nah, for sure.
But no, it'll be dope. It'll be dope to sit down and have those kind of conversations with you because I think it's important for us to like align with like-minded people.
For sure.
And it's, over the last 3 years, that's really jumped out to me the most is like aligning with like-minded people, that you can do life with.
For sure.
It just makes it easier. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, that was my question. Have you thought about like life after sports and whatnot? Do you want to get into fashion? Do you want to get into media? What is it that you're looking to get into?
Yeah, I've been playing my life after sports since year 5, bro.
Yeah.
Because none of this shit is guaranteed, bro. Yeah. Which is why I'm so passionate about like not taking games off. Because you never know when this shit is gonna end. Yeah. We're in the best profession ever. You play football, I play in the NFL. Like we'll never get that fast of amount of money in our life again because it happens so quickly. So you got to cherish those moments and really take the time to, be grateful because sometimes you forget like where you started, and then you end up going through your whole career like, damn, like I've done a lot of things in my life, and you don't prepare for what's next.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So after year 5, when I got my first deal, I'm like, all right, I don't know if I'm gonna make this much money ever again. Mm-hmm. Let's start planning for what's next. Yeah. And that's when I started planning my life, and I'm like, all right, what do I like? What do I like to do? What am I into? Mm-hmm. And media has always been a thing for me. Like I'm very curious. Like I love being in front of the camera. Like it's the moment the camera's on, like my personality turns on instantly. So I honed into it. I'm like, all right, what can I do? So I started taking acting classes. I started doing things in filmed. Like I've done stuff for Nickelodeon. I've done stuff for Disney. I've done stuff with kids. I've done stuff for YouTube guys. I've done everything under the sun. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of maximizing that now. So to answer your question, what I see myself doing is being in media, being in front of a camera, whether it's being on a TV show, whether it's doing things like this, being in a movie, or doing stuff for the next generation that can be informative for them.
Yeah.
I also do music too. I have a label. I do music.
You got a? Can I play a song? You got a song? Is it on? Anything we can hear?
I can send you.
All right, we're gonna play it.
For sure, I got you.
You talked about new media. A lot's going on. You know, I want to get your thoughts on like how you would define new media. You know, Draymond came out a couple years ago in the finals, skips over ESPN, FS1, goes straight to the hotel, does his own podcast,
Genius.
right?
Genius.
Okay, so I want to get your thoughts there.
Yeah, so I'll touch on that. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think guys are starting to understand that we have the right to tell our own story, because we are in a profession where our words and our actions can be misconstrued and taken the wrong way. So I think guys have gone to the media and done it the right way, because some guys have gone to the media and done it the wrong way. But I think guys that have taken the media to their advantage and really express what they're thinking not only gives them more of a fan base, but gives people an understanding of what we're really thinking and what we go through. Because no one knows what the hell we go through every day. Everybody thinks we're just fucking dumb jocks that play basketball or play football and just go home and live a glamorous life. We got the lifestyle, we got the girls, we got the cars, we got everything. We forget that we're also real people.
Right.
That we all have lives, we all deal with our own problems. And I think people really fail to understand that. So when guys in sports or entertainment come out and have their own platform to speak about their lives and what they're going through, I think it's a real beautiful thing.
Right. Skip and Shannon,
right,
pretty much break up.
Mm-hmm. I think that was going to come. I think that was bound to happen.
Why?
I think just their dynamic kind of crumbled after a while. I don't think it worked. Mm-hmm. I think the power trip was pretty difficult to deal with.
I brought it up because, you know, we're on this topic of new media, and, you know, sometimes when you watch a show like that, or even First Take with Stephen A. Smith and some of the other contributors, it's like they attack players. You understand? And I feel like, I'm not giving Shannon any grace and any slack, but it seemed like Skip just takes it too far sometimes.
I agree. And it's not even just a single out Skip. I mean, I think in the media in general, if there's a hot topic right now, somebody's going to find a way to drag it out. And then it becomes a domino effect and everybody follows suit. It's just whoever it starts with first.
Right.
So I think with that, it's tough. I mean, I think their dynamic was cool at first, but I think it got really toxic after a while.
Yeah. You got anything?
No. I was thinking maybe we talking NBA Finals.
Before we get there, let's stay right here. Hold on. I thought you was about to double down on this.
Yeah.
I'm retired. Been done 4 years, going on 5 years.
How is that? I'm scared for that day, low key.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm scared to be like, all right, I'm done with this shit. Like, what happened? I know what I'm gonna do next, but like, you've been out for what? You said 3 years now? 4 years?
No, I'm going on 5.
On 5.
Yeah. So I'm in year 4.
What's that been like for you?
Well, first off, look what I just did. There's still an attachment to the sport, right?
Of course.
I'd rather be closer to still playing than farther away.
Right.
You understand? So I said 4 instead of like 5.
Right.
Like, I'm approaching 5. And I'm damn near there, right? I think I'm gonna be eligible for the Hall of Fame this year. So I think that's the only thing that is kind of scary for me, is that it is over. But bro, there's no turning back. I'm fulfilled, right? Because I had something to transition to. That's why Corey asked you that question, because we asked a lot of guys that. It's like, when did you?
And they don't know.
What are you? They don't know.
They have no idea.
When you said 5, for me it was 6.
Right.
No, it was right. It was going into year 6. Yeah. I was in Boston, and I was like, damn, like I finally figured out what I want to do, and what came out of my work was content and commerce. So this I Am Athlete is content, House of Athlete is the commerce.
I love that.
And I have a whole business plan, a whole case study around that. So like, retirement for me is fulfilling, but it's hard. And I'm taking the same skills that we have as athletes, and I'm applying that to business. Mm-hmm. So some growing pains, learned some lessons, but like, this is where I'm at, and I'm enjoying it, bro.
I love that.
I'm enjoying it.
I love that.
So we're talking about new media. So I'm retired. as an active player, how do you guys view media, right? Like when you see Stephen A. give the takes that he gives, or a Skip Bayless and a Shannon Sharp sometimes give those types. Even Shaq, I can even put Big Dog in there.
Right.
And Diesel's a member here. Diesel come in, he might be here today.
Yeah.
But like even Shaq sometimes go out there, and I feel like he take it too far. When we had him on the show, I talked to him about it. He was like, I'm trying to give him the answers, give him the answers. Right. How do y'all feel as active players when it comes to the media?
I think to answer that, I think guys view it a lot differently. I think for me personally, how I view it, I just take it with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, it's another man's opinion of me. When you have mental stability and a mental toughness and a mental mind that you are who you are, it doesn't really matter what anyone says about you. You got to just accept it for what it is. It's what you think about me. My job's not to change your mind. My job is to perform a job for my team. So whether you feel the way you feel, I'm not here to try to change your mind. I'm just going to do it with my work. And I think that's what guys get caught up in, is like trying to defend themselves. All that's doing is fueling the fire. I just stay quiet, man. I don't need to answer that stuff.
Yeah. Corey, before we move on to the NBA Finals, I got two more things, right? What can you give everybody watching? What can you give them that will help them deal with social media, deal with their haters, their naysayers,
Sure.
right? Because like as an athlete, every single day
We deal with it.
we have to deal with it, right? So I feel like there's a lot of things that we can take and give that can help other people dealing with it, maybe on a smaller level, but they're
Right.
dealing with it daily.
Right. I mean, I think to answer that question, what you can do for social media if you're struggling with, reading comments, or you're on there looking for validation, or, trying to, be something that's socially present right now. I think with that, it's just practicing gratitude, man. Just being grateful for your life, being grateful for what you have, being grateful for what you do. Just looking yourself in the mirror and being thankful for the position you're in. And your life is not about being the next person. It's about maximizing it and finding a way to better yourself and leave a mark on this world.
Right.
So it's not about trying to impress anybody. It's about you.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, bro. I just feel like the athlete lifestyle and the things that we experience daily, it actually does translate and it's relatable. And I feel like these conversations help a lot of people. So I'm listening, and we talked about new media. We're talking about some of the things we deal with. I Googled you this morning, and the first thing that popped up, right, was it was March 29th that you said you were going to said Andre Drummond ruled out after posting about mental health, right? And if you're uncomfortable talking about this, we can move on. But I'm passionate about mental health because of my journey. I would love to hear your experience and your journey around mental health.
Yeah, my journey around mental health and that particular instance was a breaking point for me. As athletes, I'm sure you've dealt with it. As you said, mental health is important. As athletes and as men of color and men at that, we tend to take on this superhero role of being a protector, provider, and a caretaker for everyone that we know and love. And we tend to forget about our own self and our own mental mind because we're so worried about the next person or whoever we're taking care of. And it's like laundry. You just keep piling more and more and more stuff into it without clearing out that clutter. And over time, you start to suppress your own issues. And for me, I got to a point where I was just not happy with myself. I remember during the pandemic, I would look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, damn, who the fuck is this guy? I don't even know who I'm looking at right now. I'm not me right now. And that lingered on until this year. I mean, it kept going.
Wow.
And it's something I've suppressed for so long of just not dealing with my own issues. And what I would do is just throw it in a compartment and find something else to fill it with. And you can only fill your mind up with so much junk until it starts to overload. And yeah, I got to a point where I was like, I got to take a moment for myself for once. I've never done that. I still struggle with that now. I'm still trying to find a way to worry about me. 'Cause I end up going back into that mode of like, all right, how do I help this person? How do I get to a point where I can, fix something instead of worrying about myself? And that's where I'm at now, of really just practicing my own mental gratitude and being thankful and being, at peace and finding my own way of self-love.
Yeah. What was that breaking point for you? You talked about this moment.
Yeah, this moment. I think we were in Los Angeles as a team. We're getting ready to play the Lakers, and I remember I was sitting in the locker room and I was just like numb. Like we were getting ready to run out, and I remember Billy Donovan is like talking, and it's like muffled. Like I can't hear anything. I'm just like numb. Like I'm just in this like mode where I just can't feel anything. And I was like, yo, something's wrong. I was like, I think I'm about to break. I don't know. I'm talking to myself as he's talking, and I can't hear him. Like I just hear my own thoughts. I'm like, yo, like something's gonna happen. Like I feel like I'm about to just break down right now. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but at some point in time today, it's going down. And as he finished, I just felt my body start getting hot, and I'm just like, fuck, man. I'm like, yo, I'm about to lose it, man. I'm like, I don't know what I'm feeling right now. I can't explain it. I don't know why I'm feeling this way. I don't know why it's all of a sudden. Why right now? Why in this locker room? Like I just had no answers. And as we broke, I just walked out of the locker room and I walked around the corner. I just sat in this hallway by myself. I just fucking let it out, bro. I just broke down and started crying, bro. I just sat there for like 20 minutes until the game started, damn near. And I have a job to do. And I remember that I had a job to do. I'm like, yo, this shit can wait. Just go play your game, bro. Play to the best of your ability, and we can deal with this shit later. Give it 2 hours of your best, and we'll deal with this later. And I went out there and played. I had a really good game. I played well. After the game, I came back in, and I just sat in the locker room for like 2 hours after. Like I was in there with the cleaning crew as they were leaving. Like I just sat there in my chair, and I just couldn't move, bro. I just sat there, and I was like, damn, like, I gotta slow down. Man. I gotta figure out what's going on. I got too much stuff going on in my brain. My brain is going a million miles per hour, and I can't figure out how to slow it down. So I just sat there, and I'm like, all right, what do I do? I've never been in this position before. Because again, as I said, as a man, we don't feel. We're not supposed to be sad. We're not supposed to hurt. We're not supposed to feel anything. Like we're supposed to be the tough guys, especially someone who, quote unquote, has everything, has the lifestyle, has the money, has the car, has the girls, have everything. What can I complain about? And then that starts to trickle in my mind, like, yo, just be grateful, man. You got money, you got life, you're taking care of your family, like all the personal shit, like push it down, don't worry about it. And then mind you, it was a back-to-back, so we play the Clippers the next day. So I go back, I don't sleep. I sleep on the couch and I'm staring at the ceiling all night. So next day I got to get up for shoot around and we play the Clippers, and same thing, sitting in the locker room. And
so you still haven't asked for help at this
not
point?
Yet, no. So
knowing that you
I'm like
could break any minute.
like breaking down like in real time. Like I feel myself just breaking down in real time, and I still didn't do it. I'm like, yo, you're fine. Like this is just a wave. Just fucking let it crash, and you'll get over it. And the same thing happened with the Clippers game. Sitting in the locker room, same moment. Everything is muffled. I can't hear anything. I'm just numb, just sitting there. And I think this is when everybody started to notice like something was wrong. So all the guys would come up, ask me, "You good? You come?" Like, "Yeah, bro. Focus on the game, bro. Don't fucking worry about me. I'm good. Like I can do my job. Don't worry about it." And that comes with the being like the masculine part of being a man. Like you don't want help when people are trying to help you. You try to shoot away. Like, bro, I've got this. I'm a man. I can handle this on my own. And again, after our meeting, I went out to the corner, that same corner again, and I just sat there, bro, and I just let it out. I just fucking cried for 20 minutes. Pulled my shit together. I'm like, yo, you got 2 hours. You got a job to do. Get your shit together. Let's go. You did what you had to do for 20 minutes. Now let's go. Get out there and go. Went out there and played well. At that moment, I told Billy Donovan knew already I was struggling at that moment, and he was very, very, very kind about that and was very, attentive to that. And he still played to me. He was like, "Can you play?" I said, "Yeah, I have to. Like I gotta play. Like I have a job to do." So he still played me anyways. Again, another game that I played pretty well. I think we lost that game, if I'm not mistaken. And then after the game, I just that's when I decided. I was like, yo, I got to go talk to somebody, man.
Is that when you posted that?
Yeah. Yeah, after that, I was like, yeah, I got to talk to somebody. I got to get off social media because, like, I found myself reading stuff. Everybody's, commenting and sending stuff to me. I'm like, all right, this shit is starting to become public. So I need to fix a narrative before it becomes something negative. So that's why I made the post myself before I went to the media. I said, yo, I got to say this shit myself, that I'm personally taking my own time to get off of this shit, get away from everybody, and just focus on me.
And in this in this time period, like, who are you talking to, right? Is it family? Do you have like an OG in the league that you speak to?
No, what I did was I did what anybody would try to avoid doing, is going to fucking therapy. Yeah. And Dr. B, if you're watching this, I love you.
That's up, man. Yeah, no, give me a shout out, for real. Yeah.
I've always had this this mindset that therapy was sitting on this big ass red couch and fucking staring at the ceiling, and this guy's telling you how how fucked up your life is, and this is what you do to fix it. But having that conversation with her, and we got to laugh about that. That was like the first time I laughed in a while. So having that conversation with her, we're laughing about it, and she's like, no, that's not what this is. Like, the object of what this is to hear your thoughts through a third party. Because sometimes when we think to ourselves, we're battling our own thoughts. So it's you versus you. So it's which side are you picking? But when you hear your own thoughts going through someone else and they articulate it back to you, like, damn, I never really touched on this topic too much. I kind of either pushed it to a side or I addressed it how I felt fit, and moved on from it. But that conversation with her and still talking to her to this day has been very beneficial for me. My advice to anybody that is struggling mentally or having a hard time getting through something, it's not a bad route. It may be scary, it may be personal, it may be hard to trust a stranger with personal information, but for me personally, that's what worked. But I would say don't be afraid to ask for help. There's nothing wrong with it. It may not be the coolest thing, asking for help. Everybody wants to be cool nowadays, but caring about yourself is more important.
That's powerful. You guys know that super passionate about mental health on our platform. Always talk about it. I would say it's not a partner of ours. I connected with them in the past, but anybody that might be out there struggling, there's an app that you can download called BetterHelp. It's almost like telehealth, right? Where you can connect with, mental health practitioners, therapists, counselors online. I think they have like thousands, and I could be off here wrong, but thousands of specialists, professionals on this app, and you guys can figure it out till you find the right one. But it's important for us to connect, bro. And so that's BetterHelp. There's an app out there. But that was my thought as well. Literally, bro, but I wanted that. I wanted to lay on the couch and look up and just talk.
Right.
And so when I was at McLean Hospital in this outpatient program, bro, for a month, I was there for 3 months. The first half, I'm sitting there and I'm trying to talk, and I'm thinking he's supposed to listen. And we was going back and forth. He was trying to give me skills and tools. What's that for? Skills and tools, to be able to move forward. And so halfway through, I'm like, man, I come in here, you're not really listening to me. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm supposed to be laying on the couch. Where the damn couch at?
So where's my red couch at,
right, bro? That's because that's what you see in the movies.
Right. That's where I got it from. You big ass long red couch. You laid down, stared at the ceiling, arms folded.
Crazy. And one of the things we do on the show, and then we can move on to talk some NBA finals before we gotta let you go and hit a few other things, hit your journey. But 1 to 10, where are you at today? Right? So what we do is say 1 to 10 mentally, where you at 1 to 10 mentally, where you at 1 to 10 personally, and 1 to 10 professionally. But we'll focus on the mental pillar. Where you at 1 to 10 today?
Yeah, mentally 1 to 10. I'm like at a 6, 5, 7. Every day is a new challenge, obviously, but I'm better. I feel good. I'm able to articulate my feelings a lot better now than what I was used to. So that's definitely a small step of progress. So that's a small success for me. But other than that, still doing work, man.
Yeah.
Still doing work. It's always constant work. It's never a magic word that's going to fix everything. It's an everyday battle and everyday journey to betterment.
All right, I said I wanted to move on. Corey, after this, definitely push us forward.
I got you.
But bro, like this is just something I'm feeling right now.
Of course.
I've been following you over the last couple of years. That's why I had to beef with you, because I knew you were right around the corner and you never stepped foot in the house of athlete. All right. But all is forgiven, right? Thank you for blessing the show today.
Of course.
But one of the things I admired from afar, bro, was your work ethic. You never stopped working.
Appreciate that, man.
Right? Like, it's crazy. Remy down in Miami, shout out to Remy, you know, seeing what you guys, like, what y'all, you know, the work that y'all been putting in over the years. And then, like, even like watching your drills, it's like you're a big man, but you're not just, you know, doing all the big man skill drills.
Right.
I see you working on your ball skills.
You got a bag.
You know,
You got a bag.
from the perimeter, like everything. I'm like, yo, this dude, like, just work crazy. So I say all that to say this, you know, because we talk about like struggling mentally. A lot of times it's because, like, you know, we're searching for something, or we want more, or our expectations just from life are too high, right? Instead of just being sometimes.
Right.
And so I wonder if, you know, part of the struggle for you is trying to get more out of basketball.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good question, man. I think.
Because and before you go, I say that because as athletes, it's like we're always trying to get to the next level,
Right.
and you hit this inflection point in your career where it's like, you know,
You feel stagnant.
right.
You feel stagnant. Yeah, that's a good question. I think for me, the reason why I train the way I train, I don't train to impress anybody. I do it for my own mental psyche, because when you're in a profession for so long, it's very easy to get complacent. It's very easy to get, you know, stuck. It's very easy to get, you know, comfortable. So I try to challenge myself each and every year with something different and keep my mind and body going, because you got to think all I do all year is play. So what can I do to trick my mind to get excited while I'm working out? Because when you're a pro and a professional at something, it becomes second nature. So people will be like, well, why are you practicing so hard? You're already good at it. But when you find a new element of your game or something that you are trying to do to get better at, it becomes more fun again. And the NBA is always changing, so for me, it makes it a lot easier, because my job requires to adjust to that. And that's why I've stayed around for so long, because I've been able to work on different things that the NBA's changed to where I can fit in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the work ethic comes from, is just the drive to want to be great and to strive to be successful in my craft.
Right. That's dope. That's dope. All right, I'll move on. Let's talk some basketball now. But that, you know, that's why this platform exists. That's why House of Athlete exists. You know, life in sport is 80% mental, and you know, the majority of us, I would say, focus all on the physical. You know, and we're missing the biggest. Missing the biggest component. We were talking earlier today about like Corey in the cut, and we were just having this little live debate, and we talked about the first thing in the morning. What do we do?
Right.
And he was like, yeah, when I wake up, I'm like, I jump right into my profession. And we were like, man, I don't know if that's the right way. You know, it's kind of unhealthy, but we have these conversations all the time, you know, and those type of conversations that we have, Corey, and just the entire team, I feel like it continues to push, you know, us forward. So I appreciate that conversation.
Absolutely.
All the time. All right, Corey, what we got?
NBA Finals, right? We're 2 games in.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's game 3. What I wanted to ask you, though, Andre, because you were on the Bulls team, obviously we played the Heat in the play-in. Did you see the Heat going this far?
No.
Right?
Yeah, be honest.
No.
Right?
I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. No. You know, I personally thought we should have won that game, but that is out of my control.
It was close.
Very close game. I think we had them. I think just some tough plays on the stretch of the game. But no, I had no idea that they were making this far. I had an idea because Miami's culture, it's easy to believe because Miami's culture is so strong that, you know, they make it through anything, man. They got players that play hard, man. They play hard and they don't give up. They don't quit. You don't see them ever just laying down. Like, they're fighting the entire game from start to finish, which is why they're where they are right now. So more success in them. I hope they don't win because I want Denver to win. I'm
want
going to be honest. You know,
want
Reggie
Denver?
Jackson, Ish Smith, Bruce Brown, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I play with them in Detroit.
That's
Those are
right.
like my starting five in Detroit. I got to see those guys
Yeah.
win.
Right.
Like if they win, I kind of win. Like I'm gonna cry if they win. Cause like fuck, like my guys did it. Like I've been with them for 7 years, so I want to see them be successful. But obviously, may the best man win. But my hat is going to Denver.
Right.
Well, not Denver, just those particular guys.
What you been seeing in this series so far?
You know, I had this discussion with someone the other day. I can't say who because he's a reporter. We were just shooting the shit, and he's like, "What do you think?" I was like, "Yo, I think Denver is gonna be able to just take the whole thing because they score a lot of points, man, and I think Miami won't be able to withstand that because they don't score enough. I don't think Miami scores enough points in order to hang with Denver, but obviously last game showed otherwise." Which is what Miami does. They find a way to fucking shock the world somehow, some way. I mean, I was just talking the same thing last game. I was like, yo, they're going to lose this game too. They don't score enough, and they come back and they win the game. So, I don't know. This shit can go anywhere, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. I have no dog. I have no dog in this race. I don't know. I have no horse in this race. Excuse me. I don't know.
But you don't think their defense and their will
but if you're getting more
combats that?
If you're getting more shots up than the other team, it's gonna even out. No matter how good the defense is, if they're shooting more shots than you, they have more of a chance of making that basket, regardless of how good your defense is. They're not gonna miss every shot. They're NBA players, so if they're getting all those shots up, more times than not, they're gonna probably score a lot of points. Right. So they gotta be able to defend that and score on the other end.
Well, you played with this Nuggets team with the Bulls and whatnot. That game, I was, of course, I said I did my research and whatnot.
That game was nuts.
Huh?
That game was nuts.
It was, yeah. And y'all neutralized Jokic though. Jokic only had like 8 points or something like that game. And you went for like 13 and 10, right? What's that? That was all you, huh? What's the blueprint? What's the blueprint? Like,
hold on, why'd you make that face?
Yeah, right.
Listen,
like, what is it like guarding Jokic, y'all?
They put that dog on him. That's
that's why I had to bring it up. I'm like, yo.
So you the
He the answer.
So what is it? Joker and Batman? Who Joker fight?
Yeah, it's Batman.
Batman.
So
I wouldn't even
Batman.
go to that extent. I would just say that the way that I play my quickness and the way I'm able to guard 1 through 5 is really tough. It made it tough for him. I made him run. I'm like, bro, this is a fucking track meet. I'm not gonna dance with you in the post. We're gonna run. Let's take a walk, man. We're gonna go up and down this court. I'm gonna tire you out, and I'm gonna make you battle me on the offensive rebounds. And that kind of wore him down a little bit.
What do you mean make him run? So basically he was guarding you?
Yeah.
So that's
I'm running every time. I mean, that's one of my strengths. That's probably my number one strength, and I'm probably one of the fastest bigs in the league.
Right.
So once I get a rebound and pass the ball out, you got to chase me to the other block. And how many times can you do that in a row? I mean, that's my job. That's my job, and that's not what he does. He doesn't. He's not running.
Yeah,
so what I hear you saying is the way you stop Joker was
make him run
on the
and you got to
opposite end. You got defensively, offensively.
You got to attack him because you got to think.
Wow.
Defensively, when you're guarding him, he dictates so much, so it's hard for him to have a bad possession. And he's really smart, and he knows his offense like the back of his hand. Like he knows every contingency of his offense. Like he knows the first play, the second play within that, and the third option in that. So if he's exhausted, his mind's gonna be a little foggy. So what I did with that is, all right, I'm gonna let you do whatever you gotta do. I'm gonna play you the best I can defensively, and you're gonna score. You're an MVP, but you're gonna do some work too. You're gonna have to battle me on the offensive and defensive rebounds, and you're gonna have to run, and you're gonna deal with me hitting you every play. So eventually you're gonna get worn down. That's how I've lived my entire career, which is why I'm a 3-time leading rebounder. Like you're gonna have to fight me. Like one of us is getting this and more, and I want it more.
Yeah. And give yourself some credit. You 4-time NBA.
My four times. I'm actually
shout out to Corey. Yeah.
4 times. I left one out.
I love that, Corey. Yeah.
2016, and then for 3 years straight, 2018, 19, and 20.
I am the best ever.
I'm trying to tell you.
Historically.
Do you feel respected in the NBA? Because even with that, like that's crazy.
Right.
Do I feel respected? I don't do it for the respect. I do it because I love the game, and I do it. I don't do it for validation. And I think that's where guys are failing at right now. They do it to impress someone. That's not what I do it for. I do it because I love it, and I truly love the art of rebounding because no one takes that art seriously, which is why I say proudly that I'm the best ever because I've done my homework, I've done my work, I've done everything statistically, and I think statistically, if you look at it, I think percentage-wise, I am number one historically. So there's that.
Corey, did you hear what he
Bang
said?
the over on Andre Drummond.
No.
The rebounds over. Bang the rebounds over on Andre Drummond. He covered.
Right. But did you hear what he said, though?
No.
You hear what he said?
Greatest ever, right?
Greatest ever.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
I heard it.
You really believe that?
I don't believe that. I think it's proven.
Dennis Rodman. Let's see.
I'm above him. Look it up. Percentage-wise, quote me if I'm wrong. I think he's 34 and I'm 36%.
Greatest.
Oh.
And we're not going to count Will and the other guys too. That shit doesn't count. I mean,
Right.
they can have that. Them motherfuckers is averaging 20 rebounds a night.
Dang, but that's what you believe in. And listen, I'm not going to.
Correct.
I mean, his career high.
25%. I got here. He's the leader. Dennis Rodman is second.
Did you had a game with 29 rebounds?
You say that again?
What you
For
say?
NBA stats, he has a 24.85% total rebound percentage over Dennis Rodman at 23.44. He's the leader.
What would you look at that?
The greatest rebound of all time.
That's wild, bro.
Hey, man.
That's wild.
ever.
How many guys got a
Say it with
29
me.
rebound game?
TBE.
Right. Yo, we gotta let that. I gotta sit in this for a minute, like for a second, bro. That's phenomenal. Congratulations,
I
dog.
appreciate that, man. I take pride in that, man. That's why I really get passionate about it, because like I really set out to be the best ever from 2013. Like after that All-Star game, because I got hurt my first year, so I didn't get to really showcase myself. But that second year, when I decided that I wanted to be the best rebounder ever, I went after that with everything I had in me. Every night, I'm trying to go for 20 rebounds. You guys, anybody in Detroit, like I will fight my teammates if they try to grab the rebound. Get your ass out of there. You know, touch this ball, you run up the court, and I'll pass it to you. But that's what my mission was, to be the best ever, and it's good to see that it's happening.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
this is what I'm gonna say, and then we'll get back into the NBA Finals. But here's what we're gonna do. I'm representing Drummond. I'm his agent now. Who's your agency now?
Jeff Swartz, XL Sports.
I like Jeff.
He's great.
But Jeff, I'm sorry. I need you to step aside. I'm gonna represent the big dog, and we're gonna opt out. Because if we're the greatest ever, when we talking about getting them boards, I need more money. Let's go. You ain't feeling that?
Teams got to realize what they got on the table, man.
You heard what he said.
You sure you don't want to opt out?
We'll get around to that when the time comes. But as of now, I'm enjoying where I'm at.
Do we not what's the value that we put on a rebound? That's crazy.
I think it's gonna go up now.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, we need a little bit more money
eventually.
Or Chicago, we need some more perks.
Hey, man, all I need is a chance. That's all I need.
Chicago's dope. Going back to the Joker, bro. So NBA Finals, that was pretty cool hearing those stories about, how you battled Joker and slowed him down. If you can write out like the keys to victory against Joker, how to have success against Joker, can you give us 2 or 3 bullet points?
Yeah, I think some of the success is just from watching film. As I said earlier, is making him run, getting him tired, because he does a lot. His workload is a lot offensively for that team. So I think making him run, getting him exhausted in that sense, being physical with him on rebounds, just hitting him. Because nobody likes to be hit repeatedly for no reason. And I tend to do that just to piss people off. But doing that will, obviously cloud his mind too, because like now he has to think about getting hit every play. Now he has to think about running up and down the court every play. And if you add this last element, I think it's a no-brainer. If you're attacking him, like coming downhill at him every possession off a pick and roll, or Bam is, attacking him off the dribble to the rim, that's a lot of work, because he's not going to be able to do all that offensively if he's has to do all that work defensively, because I think Denver does a good job of hiding him.
Yeah. He seems strong. Is he
He's
strong?
very strong. He's strong. Strong kid. Very strong kid for sure.
Yeah, but you wouldn't.
The way he looks, you wouldn't think that, but he's very strong.
Yeah.
I feel like he has a little wide receiver in him, right? Like you want to keep the DB guessing. I feel like that's what Jokic does. He just keeps you guessing with how deceptive he is.
Every time he's very good. He's crafty, man. Smart. Very smart basketball player.
Yeah.
Who
you got?
B. Marsh don't understand these coaches in the NBA fronting on Drummond.
Hey, listen, man. I try to stay out of that topic, man. I'm just like I said earlier. All I need is a chance. Whoever wants to give it to me, I'm there.
Okay. So Jimmy Butler,
right?
Is he a Hall of Famer? We had Antoine Walker on yesterday, and he, basically came out and said he's a Hall of Famer. But you look at the numbers, and it's like, well, the numbers really don't add up. But we know the story of Jimmy Butler. What's your thoughts on that conversation?
I think he has a chance when it's all said and done. I think the position he's in, it makes it very hard to get him into that conversation. Him being a two guard, it's very hard to get him to that conversation. Do I think he has a chance to be a Hall of Famer? Absolutely. Does his body of work show that? Absolutely. But, that's not my decision to make. I think he has a chance to do it. I think anybody has a chance to do it. I mean, we all have a chance from the moment we step into the NBA. Mm-hmm. It depends on what your body of work is. And I think his body of work is really good. Hopefully he gets it. I definitely will root for that.
All right, I'm a casual bettor. This is my last conversation on the NBA Finals, and Corey, you can take whatever you want and jump on in. I'm a casual bettor. Okay. So every once in a while, I might, throw a couple dollars here, or I might throw $100,000 over there, but just
how do you just bypass that? A couple dollars there and then go to a couple dollars.
I don't know what I was thinking, bro. I don't know what I was thinking on Izzy. We went to the UFC fight, and I was just like, you know what? Let me go for it. And I just went for it. Yeah. I had it in the account, because cash flow can be up and down when you're running your own business as an entrepreneur. I happened to it was cash flow positive that month.
Hey,
it was big.
Take a risk.
Hey, let me throw it out there, and we hit right. So if I bet 100,000, I don't know if the line moved today, but if I bet 100,000 on the Heat today to win it, I think I bring back like 140.
Okay.
How is this going to end, bro? Like, how is it going to end? Give me your prediction. What's going to happen at the end of this series? How many games and who is holding up the trophy?
As I said earlier, man, this thing can go anywhere at this point. It can go anywhere. Miami keeps surprising me. I don't know. Every time I think that they're going to lose, they find a way to come back and not just win the game, but beat the life out of the team. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. Do this shit from the beginning so I can believe.
We're a second half team. We definitely that. I mean, you played against them, right? I'd say they're a second half team for the most part.
100%. Second half, no. There are 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter team. They just come out of nowhere and just everything just clicks. Mm-hmm. But if I had to make a prediction right now, just based off of what I've been given, I'm still sticking with Denver. I think Denver will get it in 6. It's hard, man. It's hard. I
know. I think I'm gonna go with the Heat, bro.
To win it all.
But I ain't gonna put 100.
And 7?
I think it's going to 7.
It's going to 7?
I think both teams are going to split the home series. I think Denver.
I can see that.
I think the Heat.
It's hard to play. It's hard to play in Denver too.
Facts. Yeah.
It's hard to play in Denver.
Yeah. I think the Heat gonna win tomorrow, but I think they're gonna lose Friday. But we'll see. We'll see.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm. Jeez.
It's all good.
I'm sticking with Denver. I'm gonna stand. I'm sticking with
the
Denver.
guys, right? With the guys, KCP, Reggie.
Yeah, I'm sticking with it. Denver in 6.
All right, that's fair.
All right, so you have LA.
Right.
How was that stint there?
It was different.
But how'd you get there? Is this whole LeBron? Le GM, what do they call him?
Le GM, right?
Is that what they call him?
Yeah, they call him Le GM.
Is that a real thing?
I don't really keep up with the politics of that. I kind of try to stay away from that stuff because it gets messy if you try to involve yourself in that. So I try to keep my hands clean of that. But no, how I got there was, I was on a buyout with Cleveland. I was in the free agency market when the trade deadline ended. And I had a bunch of teams that were interested, and the Lakers, was a team that I picked just due to obviously having a chance to play with LeBron and having a chance to win. I wanted a ring, obviously, and I thought that was the best chance that I had was to play with AD and LeBron and the team that they had there. It was a good experience, but just had no real time to build chemistry because those two guys were hurt till about the last 3 or 4 games of the season. Mm-hmm. So I was building chemistry with guys that weren't really playing that much, and then by the time they came back, I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out quite yet.
You was balling when they was down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was broke. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Damn, that's just crazy. I just remember that because it was like how y'all going to sustain and hold things together while they were down.
Right.
And you were a big part of that. Yeah. Why you say you thought that was a good decision?
If we're being honest, any player in their right mind that was asked to have an opportunity to play with LeBron James will take the chance.
Yeah.
You know, based off his body of work and what he's done. But I didn't put in perspective of how hurt those two guys were. I took a chance. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, as a man, you can't regret your decision. You live and learn from them. Could I have made a different decision? Sure. Were there better options? For sure. I mean, I just took the chance of hope of winning. So that's all that was.
Yeah.
Well, I had someone to ask you, right? I want to get your thoughts on this. So Mario Chalmers, I'm sure you know who Mario Chalmers is.
Oh my God.
He played with
Rio.
Yeah, he played with LeBron. But this is what he said. He recently said this: I feel like LeBron is the greatest player the greatest player to ever play the game, but he's just not my GOAT. So I got two questions, obviously.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So you feel like LeBron James is the greatest, but he's just not the GOAT. And I want to know, like, how do you feel about that GOAT conversation? Is it like an era
That's
thing?
Question.
Can you deem somebody the GOAT? What's your thought?
I think you deem GOATs by era.
It is an era thing?
By era. You can't say someone's the best of all time for all eras because there's players that are completely different. And I think LeBron in our generation right now, I think, yes, he is the greatest player of all time. Before that, obviously, the late, great Kobe Bryant. Before that, you know, you go on the list, Shaq, Magic, Mike, Kareem, I mean, Hakeem, I mean, you can name those guys too, and you can have their own individual battles. But I think in terms of calling GOATs, you just call them by eras.
Okay. So you do believe in multiple GOATs?
Yeah, for sure.
I think B. Marsh was saying that there's not multiple GOATs, right?
You think there's one?
Isn't that your argument?
All right, so I'm going to do this right quick. I'm going to go
Who's he going to say?
Webster.com, G-O-A,
He gonna go
GOAT.
to definition.
I type in GOAT.
You might need to go to, what's the...
Who's your GOAT?
My GOAT?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan.
For sure. I mean, I think that's everybody's GOAT. You're a
Michael
suit.
Jordan.
No, I'm LeBron.
Interesting.
I pulled into the new generation. I grew up in the 90s, but I think I just got more respect for LeBron overall. It's just everything.
What about you, B. Marsh?
One GOAT.
I know you researched this, right? So I know you about to hit me with some facts right now.
GOAT. So I just put in definition of GOAT, and there was like some little white goats, some brown goats, little
Billy Goats.
different type of goats. And then there was MJ. And then there was MJ right there. So a hardy, domesticated ruminant animal that has backward curving horns. It said A. mean singular, right? So when we talk about the GOATs, or we have the GOAT discussion in different sports or all of sports that won. Is it Tom Brady? Is it Michael Jordan? Is it Serena Williams? Is it Tiger Woods? You can only pick one.
Well, I didn't give you mine. He asked me what I thought about LeBron James, or could there be multiple GOATs? I said, yeah, I can agree with that, but my personal GOAT is Michael Jordan.
Thank you.
Okay.
But my if you'd have picked LeBron, I wouldn't have argued with you. You know what I'm saying? If you'd have said Kobe, I wouldn't have argued with you. My thing around this whole conversation is what you just actually said. Is like, oh, there could be multiple GOATs. I just don't believe that. I just, like, you got to pick one.
Well, I'll say,
in football, who is it? Who's your football GOAT?
TB, Tom Brady.
Okay.
Now, you know, there's a discussion, and I would say that's true. There's a discussion amongst football players that a quarterback can't be the GOAT.
Why not? He runs the show.
I know, right? That's how I feel, too.
Yeah.
And I don't think we'll ever see this type of run again.
No, hell no. Not what he did. Football's hard, man. I don't know how y'all do it.
What is it? How many? Is it 7, bro?
What's that?
How many
Tom
Super
Brady,
Bowls?
7.
Yeah, you got
7, right?
How do you have 7? My career was 13 years in the league, bro.
He was winning most of it.
More than that.
He was a problem.
He was a problem.
So, LeBron, what makes LeBron great, bro? And what was the biggest takeaway from playing with him? You said, you know, you learned a lot. It was a great experience.
I think my favorite thing of playing with LeBron is his mind. And I think a lot of people say that too, like his mind. It's not about his physical. He's physically gifted. We know that. What he does is amazing. Mm-hmm. But I think his knowledge of the game and his awareness while he's on the court is incredible. Mm-hmm. Like when he was at his peak, like the way that he saw the game and the way that he viewed players and how he knew every player's move by percentages.
Dang.
Like it was to the point where like he would get mad at players for like contesting a guy's shot that shoots a low percentage. Like, yo, why are you contesting that? He shoots 32% or he shoots 28%. Let him shoot that shit.
Yeah. Wow. And he's spitting these percentages out.
And he's right. And he's right. Like, I'll go back and look. Like, damn, this guy's right. All right, I'm leaving you open, man. Go ahead, shoot that shit.
Who was the guy that he was like, you gotta let him shoot?
It just depends, bro. I can't pinpoint players, but there was like, it's not letting them shoot. It's that he knows what percentage they shoot from that particular spot.
Right. And ideas
so like say it's a corner three, huh?
Is that his ideas to conserve energy? Like we don't need to put that much effort into somebody.
Not even just that. I think it's more so just a mind game for him.
Got you.
He's like, yo, I know that you aren't supposed to be shooting that, and then the player that has the ball is like. Like do I shoot it or do I not shoot it? So then it becomes like a mind game from there. So he's really, really smart, man.
Wow. You was talking about the corner three, so you're basically saying if a guy's sitting in the corner three, the percentages with LeBron.
So like, let's say me for instance. So nowadays, everybody spreads the floor 5 out. So say that I'm in the corner and they pass me the ball. 9 times out of 10, they're probably not going to run out. They're like, all right, well, we know he doesn't shoot a high percentage from there. So let's say another guy, so say like Steph Curry, if he's shooting a 3, like there's certain parts on the court where he doesn't shoot that well. So some shots, you have a better chance of just like getting a late contest, knowing that it's not a better shot. I mean, he's a great shooter. Like, let's not get that twisted. But percentage-wise, there's just some shots that guys just aren't good at.
That's really studying the game.
That's crazy. Yeah. So like, I would think about it probably the way majority of people.
Chris Paul. When he does that right to left and fade away to the right,
range,
it's like he shoots like damn near 70% of that. Like we game plan for him not to get to that shot. That's how good of a shot that is. Like we don't want him shooting that shot. We'd rather him shoot a pull-up 3 than that shot. So there's certain shots you let guys shoot because that's not their shot. I mean, obviously we're NBA players and we make open shots, but that's a shot we'll be okay with living with. But the shots that guys master, you cannot allow them to get those shots because then the rim looks 10 times bigger once they start hitting those shots.
That's part of watching film.
That's just so crazy to me how, you guys take it down to the micro level and you talking about LeBron. Like most people say Steph Curry, you got to guard him. Like they, the viral video, guard him out of the bed. Right. But like a guy like Braun might say, okay, well at the top, he's 45, 46. Does that sound about right?
That's good.
Who, Steph?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. It might be. He's shooting in the high 40s for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so high 40s, boom. But then he might be, corner on the left side,
right?
And it's lower, and so Braun might approach that like, okay, I don't got to go close out as fast right now.
Not about not closing out as fast. He'll prepare for him to pump fake and drive.
Hey man, basketball. We've been doing it for years.
And other players ain't approaching it that way.
I think other guys do, but I think just the way he does it, like he says it in real time, like in the game, like yo, that's not the shot. Let him shoot that one.
Wow.
Give us a story, bro. Give us a legendary story that's not out there, bro. Come on, give us anything, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. See, this is why I love this, talking to athletes, not just this platform, because there's a lot of athletes that are doing dope shit in, podcast game and, some amazing things. But, like, bro, when athletes get together, the conversations that we have is just crazy. Every time I walk up to, another football player,
right?
Let's say Elvis Dumerville,
right?
One of my brothers played with Peyton Manning.
Okay.
And I would see him in the offseason and be like, yo, how's Peyton Manning? Tell me that story. You know what I mean? That's like the best thing for me when I connect with other athletes.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, with him, I don't like to call players out by name, but I remember we were playing in Indiana. We're playing in Indiana. And there was a player that was out at the wing. And I closed out hard, and he, like, drove by and got a layup. He's like, yo, that dude shoots, like, 28%. Why are you closing out on him? I was like, damn, I must have missed that in scouting report. I thought he was a shooter. They said he could shoot. I mean, he is a shooter. Yeah. But he's like, no, not from there. Like, he doesn't shoot that shot. That's not his shot. Like, he's corner, break, and down. Like, he's not shooting top of the 3 keys. Don't close out on him. Like, make him drive. Like, I was like, damn, I thought I paid attention to detail. Like, I watch film, I look at notes, so I thought I was watching. I'm like, damn, I must have never took took the in-depth look at his shooting percentage because
Right, yeah.
when you see shooting percentage, you see one thing you don't see from what spot on the floor.
Right.
But he's going to in depth of like what position on the court you shoot certain percentages because it's there if you look for it. But
That's what I was going. That's what I was
like,
wondering.
if you look it up, you'll find it. Like,
himself, or there's some.
no, you can find him. Like
Okay.
you just ask. I'm sure he'll ask the scout guys like, "Yo, what does he
that'd
shoot
be
from the top of the key? What does he shoot from the corner? What does he shoot from the break? What does he shoot from mid range? What's his field goal percentage in the paint? What does he shoot from the free throw line?" So he goes so in depth to where like he knows what guys shoot from the free throw line in certain quarters.
Insane.
Do you guys remember when you talking about LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember during the playoffs where basically it was like the last play against the Warriors, and I think like Draymond ran around.
Oh, he called him.
And he called it, and someone made a reference and made like a reel showing that he had knew that play from 2018 when they did it to him then and made the shot.
Right.
So he called him. He was moving people. You could see him moving people, and they ended up losing the game. Now the Lakers won the game.
Yeah, Lakers won the game,
Wow.
which is nuts.
Yeah, you probably got
It's
a whole
that
bunch of
mindset.
experiences like that with him, right?
Yeah.
On the floor in real time. Yeah.
Was he a cool dude?
Good dude, man. Good dude. Solid dude. He's very, very lighthearted dude, man. Very good dude to be around. Knowledgeable guy.
Were you happy to see Anthony Davis have the postseason success that he had this year?
Yeah, I was very, very pleased with how he played, and I was very happy for him because, his injuries was a big thing for the past couple of years, and him not being able to stay on the floor. And I think what he's done this year, he looked like his old self. He's playing hard, he's shooting his shots, and he's scoring around the rim. And being the defender that he is, so it was very good for me to see that, and I was very happy for him for his success in that.
Right. How should we be approaching, Anthony Davis and the Zion Williamsons, those type of discussion? Because when we talk about them, it's like they can't stay healthy, and we bash them. How should we be approaching it? You know what I mean? Because and this is what we talked about earlier. New media, Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith,
Right.
Skip Bayless. They're going to go out there and they're going to sensationalize it, or they're just going to just double
Break you
down and
right.
break them down.
Right. Yeah, for me, I'm guilty of it too, man. I'm like, damn, man, I wish I could see these guys play more. Mm-hmm. But you can't really think that way. You got to understand these are things that are out of these guys' control. Yeah. They can't control that, so it makes it hard. It's like a double-headed sword because it's like you want to see these guys play, but they can't play. So it's like, do we lose interest? Do we still give them a chance, or do we, just give up on the sense of them being able to play a healthy season? But they're both great players, man. They're both really good players. I don't think I've played against Zion yet. I think he's been hurt all the time.
Yeah, of course you ain't playing against. He hasn't played.
I think he's been hurt.
Yeah.
And the thing that's crazy when he does play, he averages like 22 and like
when
11.
he's on the court,
he does special things.
He does work.
But with AD, man, and he's just he's just had injury after injury, man. So it's good to see that he's more healthy now and he's doing well. He had a hell of an off season, a hell of a season in general. Yeah. So definitely happy for him.
Why Brooklyn? Why'd you choose Brooklyn?
I got traded there. Traded there from Philly, so I didn't really have a choice. Well, I could have tried to stay, but I don't think it works like that. So, I got traded there, and that Ben Simmons trade was unexpected because I didn't think that I was going to be a part of that. But it was good. It was good. I was happy with it overall because I got a chance to start again and showcase myself and really show that I can still play, that, despite me coming off the bench of Philly, that I am still a starting center in this league.
Right.
Playing there was crazy though, man. It was wild because think about it. I just came off of playing with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Now I'm playing with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, and I just finished playing with Joel Embiid.
Right. Where was James Harden at during that time?
He was in Brooklyn still. He was in that trade. He was the trade to Philly.
So y'all
crossed by, yeah. So my past 3 years of guys I played with was nuts. So like now I'm in Brooklyn with KD and Kyrie. I'm like, holy cow, like this is wild. Like I'm playing with some real, like I've been asking for this moment, like playing with some real superstar players and seeing what it's like. And obviously we didn't pan out the way we're supposed to due to the same thing, coming in halfway through the season, Kyrie having the COVID thing where he, wasn't vaccinated, so that was tough. KD was in and out of the lineup with his injuries too. And then there's just me and Seth Curry who come in and just are playing. So again, another situation where I don't get a chance to thrive with superstar players.
Right. Listen, I am not trying to be messy and throw you in these tough spots, but like I said, I love hearing, getting the inside scoop. A lot of times we hear these insiders and people saying, "Oh, this is what's going on." They don't know, right? What would you say to all the NBA fans that was following what was going on with Kyrie over those couple years there, COVID-19, et cetera, et cetera? And so, like, basically, he didn't get vaccinated. He didn't want to play. So, as a team,
he didn't want to play. They didn't let him play.
Well, yes. He didn't want to get vaccinated, and they wouldn't let him play. Yeah, you're right. As someone in that locker room, how do you work through that? How do you approach that where it's like, yo, we're a team, we need to be together, but also respect his choice?
Yeah, that was very easy to respect his choice. 'Cause at the end of the day, you can't make a man do something he doesn't want to do. And he wasn't being, like, confrontational. He wasn't causing any problems. He just had different beliefs of what he wanted to do with the vaccine. And we all supported him. We all supported him in that sense, and we rode behind him, and we made him feel as comfortable as possible when he did get to play with us on the road. But it was tough. It was hard not having him because there were games that he would come back on the road and give us 40 to 50 to 60 points, and then he can't play for 3 or 4 home games.
Right.
So it made it hard. It made it hard for us to really connect in that sense. But there was never any real drama within the locker room in that sense of the vaccine thing. So if people are wondering that, there was never any drama. I mean, it's like, it is what it is. Like, we respect you. It's your body, and you choose to do what you want with it. We can't make you take a vaccine. Like, it's bigger than basketball.
Yeah.
Like, it's your body at the end of the day.
He nice?
Yeah, that boy is good, man. He's a good basketball
He's all that we
player.
see in the highlights.
Have you ever sat down and watched Kyrie ever highlights?
All the time.
I started doing that recently, and I have I've always watched Kyrie. Like, he's one of my closest friends in the league too, and watching his highlights, it's like watching a magician, bro. You're just in amazement the whole time you're watching. Like, he is a special player, man.
It's a video
Has the
game.
NBA ever seen anything like that?
Like him?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do the things he's done. Like, his finish game around the rim is crazy. His movement with the ball is something I've never seen before since, like, AI.
Yeah. So LeBron, yesterday or 2 days ago, reports came out that he's recruiting LeBron.
They're always going to say that. They've been saying that since he was in Brooklyn. He's trying to bring him to Brooklyn too. Like, they're always going to say that just due to their dynamic.
Yeah.
I don't know how real that is, obviously.
Can you see it happening?
Who's taking a pay cut?
I mean, LeBron, ain't he a billionaire? Why LeBron don't need?
Shit, can't
LeBron afford to take the pay cut? Why would he just want to win a championship? LeBron, Luka, Kyrie, they can't get it done.
Go ahead, take that league minimum. Go ahead.
Well, honestly, I read a report saying that the Lakers aren't entertaining that trade unless Luka comes back in replace of LeBron. So.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
So it's you got to sacrifice if you want LeBron, you got to sacrifice Luka. I don't think they're willing to do that.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that either.
No. What happens with Kyrie? You said it's your friend. Where do you see him? Because go ahead.
Where do I see him going?
Yeah,
I think he fits in Dallas. I think, like how we talked about, just coming into a team like halfway through the year, it makes it hard to build chemistry. And they showed spurts of being good together, but you could see that they're still trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could really go anywhere. I think he could stay or he can go. It's really up to him of what he wants to do, but I don't think it's a bad idea for him not to stay.
Yeah.
I think he should stay. I think it's a good fit for him. I think he'll take a lot of pressure off of himself of trying to score that many points because Luka is the dictator of the ball. I think it'll get him those shots that they need when they're in a scoring drought.
Well, they got to figure it out. This is Brandon Marshall sitting here with Andre Drummond. We got Corey in the cut, Woo out west, and we got BC in the booth and just Manderville. Manderville, let's tee up a video for a little break a little later. I got a couple more questions, then we're going to let you go. We know you have yoga.
I got to do the assessment. I'm a full-time HOA athlete.
Yeah, I love that. That's right. I love having you here. It's only taken 3 years, but like I said earlier,
we're not gonna let that one go, man.
We're past that. Bro, so obviously drafted to Detroit, spent some time there. My question for you is, who's your OG?
My OG, man, I've had some really good ones, man. My OG was Ben Wallace.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben Wallace is one of my OGs. Rasheed Wallace was my OG, my real OG. Like, I spent some time with him. So those two are one of my OGs. Jason Maxiell, Greg Monroe. Around those times, that was my OGs.
How did that work between Ben and Rasheed?
Well, Ben was there my first year. Rasheed didn't come because Rasheed was my assistant coach for 3 years. So I had Ben my first year. So that was like boot camp for me.
Wow.
Because that was preparing me for Rasheed. Because Rasheed is twice as intense. Because Ben was chill when he retired. Like, he wasn't doing nothing. He was just coming around. You know, we would shoot the shit, and he would give me his input of what, you know, I think I should do for this team. But Rasheed was intense, man. He was on me from the beginning. The moment he stepped in that gym, he was on me. He's like, yo.
Give us one story, when he walked in the gym that one moment, you was like, damn, I might have to slap him, or he gonna slap me.
And he's just always talking shit to me, man. He just was always on me, like, you know, like when you want to see someone succeed, like, you just keep on him. Like, he's just on me every day. Like, yo, come on, we shooting after practice. Come on, we working out. Come on, we doing this. I'm like, damn, give me a break, bro. I'm 20 years old, bro. I shouldn't be doing this much work. I'm trying to learn right now. I don't want to be on the court. I want to look from a distance. But he's molded me. He made me a lot tougher. He made me a lot tougher because I would always complain earlier on about, like, foul calls or things that weren't going my way. I'm like, yo, suck that up, bro. Pause. Like,
yeah, thank you.
I saw you right before you said it. So you're like, man, this might be a pause moment.
I just got into it because of Cam.
Yeah, so he's like, yo, get over that. Like, that's a part of the game. Like, live and learn from that. Be tough. Be you. Be the dog. Be a fighter, and be the anchor for this team. And that's kind of where our relationship blossomed because I was hungry to be great, and he saw that, and he would work with me day in and day out, and he made some really. He made a big impact on my career for sure.
Yeah, that's dope. Bro, you be fly. You know, your Instagram, dope. Love how you put it all together. I be taking some of your little tricks.
Shout out to the team because I don't do none of that.
For real?
Hell no. Shout out to Mike and Jesse. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
You got stylists?
Wow.
I got a dope team, man.
Stylist team, yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. I don't even man. All right. Well, you be fly, bro. You know how to put it together.
Appreciate you, man.
Okay. Best dressed in the NBA. Well, my first question is this: who dressed better, NBA players or NFL players?
I like NFL players swag, bro. I like the way y'all dress. I definitely like the way y'all dress. That's a hard question. I think NBA players are more daring. I think NFL is like a lot. Like, you guys wear suits and shit to games, so you guys are really clean cut and your outfits are really dope. So I steal a lot of ideas from NFL players too.
Who are you watching in the NFL?
I definitely have watched Odell. I've seen some of your stuff, obviously.
Damn, he put me in the discussion. I'm blushing.
Yo,
okay,
listen.
all right.
Yeah, I'm trying to wear the grown man swag, man. I can't wear sweats and hoodies every day.
Have you seen what
he
Diggs
dressed well too? Diggs dressed well too.
Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
Fly dude.
Fly
dude. But yeah, I think the best dress out of the two. I think I wouldn't even say it's a tie. I think everybody has their own different swags. It depends on what your taste is.
So NFL or NBA?
I think in terms of where I'm at dress-wise, I would say NFL because I like the more clean-cut looks and the more sleek looks.
I wasn't expecting that. All right, let's go to the NBA now. Obviously, you really know those guys over there. Can you give me your top 5 best dressed in the NBA? It's difficult.
Shy for sure, Gildred's. Alexander is up there. Jordan Clarkson, PJ Tucker. Who else am I missing? I guess we could throw Bron in there. Bron, he don't count though. He's a billionaire.
But this year he took it to a whole nother level.
He did. I'll give it to him though. He dressed nice, but he got a cheat code, man. He lives in LA. Has $1 billion. He can wear what he wants. He can get anything made. So it's not fair. It's not fair. Like, guys got to really go find this stuff. He just has a place at his doorstep.
Facts.
But he's definitely up there. So that's 4. I'll give you one more. Shit, I throw myself in there, man. I love the way I dress, man.
Honestly,
I think I've evolved over the years of my swag.
Yeah. Okay, then, Mandeville, let's tee up that video.
Oh boy, this video's been pending for how long now?
We ready to go? All right. Listen, we want to say thank you. Paper Route audience, we love you guys. We're going to continue to bring the best of the best. Bro, you opening up about mental health, that was dope.
Oh, yeah, of course. I appreciate you, man, for giving me the floor to do that.
Yeah, I think, you know, the next couple of years for you is going to be interesting. You know, we could have talked about your hobbies and got into the artistic side of you.
For sure.
You know who you remind me of?
Who's that?
Martellus Bennett.
Interesting. Why?
Because it's like you guys are not just ball players. And I know there's this whole conversation LeBron came out where more than athletes and,
right.
you know, the shut up and dribble thing, that don't work. You know, we now, you know, I think the world finally understands that there's so much more to athletes. But there's some dudes, bro, that are like, you talk about music, you talk about scripted stuff and acting classes. That's Martellus.
Right.
I wouldn't say like eclectic.
Okay.
Is it like, you understand? Like,
I know what you mean, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, we have similar minds, man.
I can see you in Hollywood.
For sure. That's where I'm going. I'm going.
No,
to the top.
Dope. Yeah. Bro, I know you got to do yoga. Make sure you hydrate.
For sure.
And we'll go to break, and when we come back, we'll dive into some hot topics. Cool. The top 3 rappers alive.
You do the Fat Boys count as one rapper?
No.
Jay-Z.
Ooh.
Shoot, I don't know.
Come on, coach, you got it. Dig deep.
Master P.
Master P?
Yeah, where'd that come from?
Let's go. Getting bout it.
Any TikToks coming out this week?
Oh, for sure, 100%. A lot of TikToks this week.
Can you give us a hint?
I'm gonna just say this: it's some dancing, and I'm putting something together with my teammates for a touchdown celebration. So,
don't ever take a young man or a kid and give up on him, because there is a man in there that can change things. That's you. He did. He wasn't easy to give up on.
Patrick Holmes, I pranked him yesterday, and I said Rihanna said that you're the greatest quarterback ever. He blushed, he smiled, and then at the end I was like, bro, I'm lying. Rihanna came out and said that you are the greatest quarterback ever. Hearing that, how does that make you feel?
It makes you feel great. Whatever Rihanna says is like the gospel. So I'm glad that she went with me for that honor.
She didn't. She didn't. So can you tell him something nice?
That's so mean. He is mean. Okay? I am so sorry you went through that. I still think you're great.
See? There's still nice people in the world.
He's a hater, though.
Let me ask you this question. So Brandon Ayuk come out and say he did. What he said that they was going to get exposed.
What was he saying about that?
Where's the holes?
Yeah, right. Where are the holes? I respect later. What about Bradbury? Trash. Bradbury's trash?
Right now, what do you stand on the cannabis and all of that?
I mean, look, for me, I don't take any medication, right? Like nothing synthetic.
Right.
So for me, I'm all about doing what you need to do, right? You know, and I think, look, like, yeah, I got through some shit, but I went through some shit, but like, it's real, right? We're in 2023 and it's legal everywhere. So I'm not hating on it.
I'm a fan. I love you, brother.
All right, so we said we're going to hit some hot topics. So a hot topic, right? One that, it was a report that came out yesterday. Apple is releasing a new virtual reality headset, and that's going to set to release in 2024. We actually got their promotional video. We're going to take a look at it real quick. We got that video queued up, the promotion. Oh, that's fine, that's fine. So yeah, the Apple, oh, there it is.
You're nothing but a dreamer. Well, can you put your hands in your head? Oh no, I said dreamer. You say you are a dreamer. Well, can you put your hands in your head? Oh no, I said fudge. Wanna take the you, hey lady this. Oh no, why
Toast.
Now, of course, I searched this up on Twitter. They were saying that this is something straight out of like a Black Mirror episode. You ever seen Black Mirror? One of those episodes on Netflix?
I have not seen Black Mirror. Is it good?
Yeah, it honestly looked just like this. And there was a couple episodes where they had like a virtual reality episode. Literally took me back to the time where I watched that episode. Right. But anyways, the Apple virtual reality headset is set to release again in 2024, and it's priced at $3,500. You paying the $3,500 for the headset?
I am paying the $3,500, and if they put $5,000 out there, I would have paid for, what is it, Vision Pro, Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah. Apple Vision
I
Pro.
would have paid $5,000 for it. Obviously, this is no different than Oculus. This is no different than the other brands that have been around for years. And it just shows like the power of branding. It shows the power, of Apple, right? Like no one has been able to tell this story. Even Meta came out with this whole like virtual world and how all this is going to be cool and we need to move everything up there. You got people literally buying land in the fucking Meta land or whatever you call it, virtual
That's
world.
What we were saying before the
You know what I'm saying? And nothing's been able to get me to move. Nothing's been getting able to move me to the point where it's like, yo, go purchase, go buy, right? This video is like, yo, this is dope. Yeah. Yo, Apple is so dope. And when I said the power of Apple, what I'm referring to is, bro, when Apple, you come in, bro. Yeah, Big Drummond said he want to stay. So he's going to stay for the next 10, 15 minutes with us. Yeah, just come in and sit down. Don't worry about it. We're on YouTube. This isn't ESPN. Come sit down. Go right in the camera. Doesn't matter. We're so glad you came back. Corey, let's go back here.
You want to get?
Let's go back here because let's get him caught up to where we're at. Did you see the Apple Vision Pro that came out yesterday, or they announced it?
That's scary stuff, man.
You think so?
That's scary stuff, man.
Yeah, it's obviously the virtual world that they they've created within the headset. They were saying on Twitter like it's something straight out of a Black Mirror episode. You ever seen Black Mirror?
I love that. Love that series.
Yeah, I know, me too. But yeah, that definitely took me back to the episode when we saw. Because there's a little trailer. You'll probably be able to see it like on Twitter and whatnot. It's like a minute,
we'll
30
send
seconds.
it to you. Let me ask this: Why'd you say it's scary stuff? Because what I was saying is this is the first, long story short, this is the first like brand, because you had Meta that come out, Oculus been around for years. And this is the first brand. It's like, yo, I'll pay the $3,500. Hell, if they put $5,000, I'll go pay that. And, they did a great job, branding it. But then they also, it shows the power of Apple, where when Apple wants to get involved, do something, they'll shut down the whole space.
Yeah. That's why I said it's scary.
Why?
Because just the ability to, I feel like over the years they just watched. Like they watched the Oculus, they watched the Meta, they watched like all these different versions come out. So they collected all this data and was like, all right, what product can we make to blow this out of the water?
How can we perfect this
product? Like how do we perfect this product of what's missing? And I think they did it. And I think they did it with what they have here. I mean, I haven't watched the full video, but from what I've saw, it's gonna be. I think people are gonna end up living on those things.
Would you buy it? Are you going to buy it?
I have an Oculus, and I lasted like maybe 2 weeks.
That's it.
Yeah. Also, would you be willing to give the Apple product a try? Maybe because it's just.
I mean, maybe
like
just to do it, I will. And if I love it, I'll keep it. But if not, I just spent $3,500 on the.
I feel like Android people hate me for this, but I feel like with Apple, they take from Android once they can perfect it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Android users will come up to you and say, "Oh, I've been able to do that for 3 years." So it's like no one even knew.
Right.
So it's like once Apple gets their hands on it, then it's perfected. I'm
So-
sorry to say that to all those Android people out there.
Let me ask you
No,
a
no, I think-
question.
I think
Are
you're
you
right.
an Android guy?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
That's why I had to
He
apologize.
said, no, absolutely not. All right, let's move on, though. We're going to talk some football. You cool with talking football?
Sure.
I don't know if you'd like this team that I'm about to bring up, because you're a Giants fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
We're going to talk
You
to
a Giants
Cowboys,
fan?
man. Yeah. Woo knows.
Silently.
He's
Oh,
over
sorry,
there.
I got excited. I'm a big time Giants fan.
I know, I'm a Giants fan for sure.
Yeah.
I got a
yeah.
chance.
No, but we're gonna talk Cowboys. So Micah Parsons yesterday, he spoke to John Machado of The Athletic and said that it's time to end the Super Bowl drought in Dallas. He says this has to be the year. So this is the quote from Parsons. He says, you just feel it in the room. Everybody is like, this got to be the year. Each year I've been here, we've gone a little bit further. Now I'm hoping we ain't got to make that no small jump to the NFC title and then go home. I'm hoping we go all the way. Now to Micah Parsons' point, right? 2020, that was the year before he got there. They were they're 28th in defense, total defense, and they were 6-10 that year. The year that they draft Micah Parsons, 7th in overall defense. They're 12-5.
Yeah, they was trash on defense.
Yeah, right. So I mean, that was a huge jump from 2020 to 2021. Then in 2022, they bump up to the number 6 overall defense. 12-5, they lose in the divisional round, of course. Brendan, you think this year though is the year the Cowboys can make it back to the Super Bowl? First time since 1996.
Listen, it's the NFL. Anything is possible because, I know it was coined by Kevin Garnett in basketball, but it's any given Sunday for real.
Right.
Now, it's not any given Sunday for some teams, right? Like Tampa Bay. It's not any given Sunday for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year. It's not any given Sunday for the Arizona Cardinals. It's not any given Sunday for the Washington Commanders. It's not any given Sunday for, I'll even throw the Raiders in there, or the Texans, right? There's a few teams that's just not in it. But everybody else, you can literally go out there and just like that be in position. Now, I think the Cowboys have a phenomenal roster. But I don't put them where the Philadelphia Eagles are in the NFC. I don't put them where the San Francisco 49ers are in the NFC. But if somebody goes down, it could potentially be their year, right? Quarterback Purdy, how will he adjust and respond, right? But, there's other teams out there that can go win. We hear this every year, bro. Like, the Cowboys, this is their year, it's their year.
I'm tired of hearing that, man.
Right. Especially you as a Giants fan.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing that, man. Not even just me being a Giants fan. I think the Cowboys is just, what do they call it, America's football team?
America's team, yeah.
I mean, I hear that, but,
Win some.
do something. Jeez,
They got to represent America a little better than that.
Yeah, better than that. Give us something to work with.
Right.
Like, America's football team, how long we going to keep saying that till they win something?
Right. Y'all got to sign Saquon Barkley, bro. You know Saquon?
Not personally.
Not personally.
I know his game.
Bro, you need to call the owner of the Giants. You need to call the general manager and say, yo, this is my team. Get Saquon
We need to
back.
keep him, yes.
Because they're in the same division. The reason why I brought the Giants up, one, because you're a fan of the Giants, and two, I just think that the Giants, I think Ashley came up with this stat, right? NFC East, you got the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, and the Washington Commanders. There's never been a team over the last, something odd years that has won a division back to back.
Yeah.
Right.
So even think about how good the Philadelphia Eagles are. And I just think the Giants, they need to have Saquon back. That's 50% of your offense. Yep.
What you predicting from the Giants this year?
My hopes are always high for the Giants.
Yeah.
My hopes are always high.
Undefeated Super Bowl win.
I mean,
come on,
they made
I'm
the
sorry.
playoffs.
I'm a ridiculous fan.
Y'all think that
I'm a
they'll make the
ridiculous
playoffs at least?
Yeah, I think we have a chance.
I think we have a chance to make the playoffs. We got to start building. That's the thing. Is that we've been losing for so many years that we have to, and that's why I agree with Brandon. We need Saquon. We need to just tighten down our ship so everyone believes the message in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, moving on. I don't know if you've been keeping up with DeAndre Hopkins, right? About
That's my dog, too. I just seen that, too.
Yeah. About 2 weeks ago, the Arizona Cardinals, they ended up releasing him. And right now, what we've been following is just basically the teams that he's considering going to. But a couple teams just made it known that they are out of, the quote-unquote sweepstakes for DeAndre Hopkins. The latest team was actually the Cowboys. We were just talking about them. Owner Jerry Jones, he says, we don't dismiss the possibility, but it's unlikely. So, in other words, probably going to, not make that move. But the Jets, Titans, Lions, Jaguars, they're also teams that deem themselves out of the DeAndre Hopkins race. So, that leaves Brandon, the Buffalo Bills, the Chiefs. Those are teams that we've been thinking about. The Ravens. You said, what was the team?
You like them in L.A.?
No. I'm just he's naming teams. I'm like teams that.
Yeah. No, I mean, where do you think he'll land now? Now that we know that these teams are out of the race.
Let me see where our basketball guy take this.
Right.
It's crazy. You got to put me on the spot right
Think about it.
Let me put my football hat on.
Think about it. He's kind of in the same position that you're in.
Right.
What year is D-Hop in? You're going into year 12. D-Hop is 10 maybe, right? So now we're in this space where kind of made – you already hit your peak earning season. Now you're still trying to get everything you can out of the game financially, but then it's like, damn, how many more years I got? Can I go win a Super Bowl?
Right.
Can I get back on track where I went from being top 5 receiver in that debate every year to now I'm not even in discussion. Can I get back in that discussion?
Right.
So you kind of know out of the teams that or left, where would you see him going?
Come on over to the Giants.
The Giants.
Hey. Come on over.
They need
you gonna play here.
You know why that's good?
Why?
Because Woo, watch this. I'm gonna put Woo in the spot. Can I put you on the spot? Watch this. He just said he's a super fan. Watch this.
Don't test memory though.
Mine is garbage.
Mine's I got bad memory.
Woo.
What's up?
You got a computer.
Who's your starting wide receivers?
Glad you didn't ask me that.
Well, y'all just
Hey man, season hasn't started yet.
The season hasn't started yet.
There'll be a lot of stuff going on this year.
Right, that's the point. Right, like it's a really good fit, especially you bring Saquon back. Right, he is half the offense. And then you got Danny Dimes, like he's not the type of quarterback he's looking for.
Right.
But man, like,
it could work.
It could work. You're the guy, go out there, jump balls, do what he does best. Like he's up there with the greatest, the Randy Mosses that are out there where you just throw the ball up and he's coming down with it. I don't care if you got 2-3 dudes. So it's a really good fit. It's not bad. Corey, but where I have them going, I think the Chiefs, they didn't come out, right?
No, they didn't. They're still in the race.
Man, if I'm the Chiefs, I'd do it.
Take them.
We just started this conversation yesterday because you had Travis Kelce come out and say they're a dynasty. And Travis Kelce's 33. Who's your guy?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you talk about, the next 2-3 years, you can find yourself with 2 more championships. Mm-hmm. I like Kansas City.
I love it. I love Kansas City.
I'm opposed to that.
Yeah. We got like about a minute here. Eric Bieniemy, he's another guy that came up, right? So he's the Commanders' new offensive coordinator, and we know him if you follow football. We know him from being spending his last 10 years in Kansas City with Andy Reid. Spent the first 5 as a running backs coach, latter 5 as the offensive coordinator, but he actually didn't even call plays for the Chiefs. He's now in a role where he's calling plays for the Commanders, and the guys they're feeling confident in him, right? Jahan Dotson, he was saying he's brought a sense of urgency, right, a sense of energy to the team. So he's feeling good. But Brandon, I wanted to ask you, and before we go, could this opportunity for Eric Bieniemy be like a stepping stone for him? Would he be one step closer to getting a head coaching job if this is a success?
Yes, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because who's their quarterback? Right, so obviously Eric Bieniemy, he leaves the Kansas City Chiefs because he can't get that head coaching job, just like you just laid out for us, right? Because every time somebody think about the Kansas City Chiefs, they think about Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Well, okay, you got Patrick Mahomes, but Andy Reid's it's his offense. He's really calling the plays, right? Are we really going to trust that this is your offense or you're calling it, you're teeing it up?
Right.
No, so he had to go to the Redskins, the Washington Commanders, not the Washington Redskins, not the Washington football team anymore, the Commanders. And I think don't they have to change their name again?
I'm not 100%
sure. I brought that up a couple of shows ago.
Because the dumbass Washington team, They go out there, they do all this work to find the commanders, and they still haven't.
They didn't like file in the paperwork to really lock down their name. So now they're going through the process again of maybe even changing.
Yeah, they lost the trademark appeal. That's crazy.
Yeah. So why? So now let's go to Eric Bieniemy. Why would you trust this team? Think about it. Right. So I like that he wanted to go on a move and bet on himself, but I feel like he bet with the wrong team, bro.
They got your quarterback too, Sam Howell.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
your favorite quarterback.
Every time we talk about the Commanders, bro, we talk about who's their quarterback, Sam Howell. Sam Howell, I don't know who the Sam Howell kid is, but I wish him luck, right? Like, cause those are the storylines I love. Like, man, this kid came out of nowhere, nobody believed in him, and look what he made out of himself. So good luck, Sam Howell, but you got a lot of work to do. Is there any NBA coaches out there, that people are like, yo, this dude needs to be a head coach? Because like Eric Bieniemy's been trying for a very long time, but on the NBA, who's the Eric Bieniemy of basketball? You know who I feel? Everybody see I always like cut people off and so let me be quiet and let bro end the show with his Eric Bieniemy of basketball.
Eric, okay.
Mark Jackson, bro.
Yeah. But he's already a coach. He's already a coach now. He's already a coach now.
We're talking like
Sam Cassell could be a good coach. Sam Cassell could be a good coach. Jay Kidd's a good coach. He's already a coach now. I don't know. I can't think of any assistants right now that would be a good head coach.
You think JJ Redick? Because
he's a good one. Kevin Ali. I just seen him get the Brooklyn job. I'm so happy for that. I just had to say that.
Kevin Ali?
Yeah, he's the Brooklyn Nets head coach now.
Real deal?
Yeah. Unless ESPN lied to me, but I saw that on the ticker.
Yeah. Right. Okay, we go with that.
Kevin Ali.
Shout out to Mr. Kevin Ali. I don't know who you are, but Big Dog said.
UConn alum.
So now there's bias. There it is. Bro, is he a good coach or not?
He's a good coach.
That's my team, too.
UConn won a championship with him.
That's legit.
So you believe in him?
I believe in him.
Okay, so the last thing before we end the show, JJ Redick, he interviewed for the Raptors job, didn't get it. I think he
could be a good coach.
You think he can get it done?
I think JJ can get it done. I don't know if, obviously, not the Raptors, but I think he could be a good coach.
Okay.
Knowledgeable guy.
Yeah.
There we go. Paper route. Brandon Marshall, Faction Talk, SiriusXM, Andre Drummond, Big Dog. Follow my dog. He don't post his picture. He has a whole production team. You can also find him in Hollywood. We speaking this to existence. Are you gonna have like your own production studio? Like, what's the vision?
Yeah, I want to have my own production studio. I want to film my own stuff, and obviously just produce films too.
Okay, well, shows. Hopefully, Corey, he cast us to be. Corey's like he likes this. He knows it's to the token light skin, bro. Look at his face. Look. He can't help himself.
That's crazy. I'm just peering over to the left. That's it. Just peering over to the left. What I'm doing.
We'll see y'all tomorrow, 12 o'clock, right here on I Am Athlete.